Alright, what is up guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, we are going to be taking a sneak peek into OP-06 meta, at least early meta. Nothing's probably been, excuse me, nothing's been completely figured out yet. But we're going to get to take a glimpse into some of the early decks that are coming out in OP-06, some of the newer concepts, and see which direction that the decks are going. So, warning up front, today is a spoiler-style video. If you don't want anything to do with OP-06, because OP-05 has not even yet released in the West, I totally understand that. But we are going to dive into it now, so let's go ahead and get into it. Excuse me. Alright, so there aren't many results in yet, because the set just came out this week for them over in the East, or last week, whatever it was technically. And I think a lot of people expected green, yellow, Yamato. Don't worry, we're going to look at each one of these. And if you want to check these lists out for yourself, I'm using OnePieceTopDecks.com. Okay? And of course, this is the East OP-06. So there are some of the usual suspects on here that we've already seen doing well, like Inel's on here, Katakuri, Blue-Black Sakazuki, Whitebeard, Zoro, and Purple Luffy, and Green Uda. We have technically seen her. She came out right before OP-06. But we are seeing 2 new decks pop up so far. And remember, there are 4 other leaders, but there's been nothing really done with them yet. Perona, Reiju, I can't remember her name, Hody Jones, and Uda, Red Purple Uda. We have not seen anything from them just yet. Or even green blue Zoro and Sanji, the leader, which I believe is ST12 or ST13. I can't remember exactly. Let's see. No, it doesn't say anything just yet. So it's ST12 because it came out after Uda, I believe. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into some of these lists. Okay, y'all know black is my color in this game. We're going to start off with Gecko Moria. I have gotten a sneak peek at some of this when I got on this morning. I saw it, and I have to say, I'm a little surprised at the direction Gecko Moria is going, but again, it probably hasn't been fully figured out yet. But this is currently the direction we're seeing it is a very limited Thriller Bark direction here, or Thriller Bark support. Gecko Moria, yes, this is Thriller Bark, but for those who don't know, this will probably start going in just every deck that runs black, because this card is just insane. I'm not saying it's broken or anything. I'm just saying it's so powerful. It's an 8 cost 9k, so that's already good enough on curve. 9 is a very nice number in this game. It's only 8 cost, so you can play it on 10 Dawn and still have 2 open for a defensive event, or a counter event, however you want to say that. And on play, he's bringing back 2 characters from the trash. It doesn't check what color it is, and it does not check what type it is. It just says you can have a 4 cost and a 2 cost back from your trash. 1 rested, 1 active. So just really, really incredible, this card here. As to be expected, Perona, this is just a great 2k counter. Sindri, another great 2k counter that turns on a lot of the Thriller Bark stuff. But the part where I'm most confused with, I'm not going to lie, I don't want to say I'm confused with it, but I am a little bit surprised, because I get what they're trying to do, but it surprised me that this is the initial direction they're going with Gecko Moria. And that being, Navy, essentially. 4 Borsalinos, 2 Kuzans, 4 Helmeppos, 4 Surus. The Sabos, I 100% understand those. Those are Dressrosa, but it's draw 2, trash 2, and it's going to give all your guys un-KOable for a turn. Same thing with Bartolomeo. This is just a great 2k counter. I get these 2 Dressrosa cards. And 4 Great Eruptions as well, by the way. So, very interesting. And it looks like what they're trying to do is turn on Absalom as much as possible. Because in this deck, you just play Absalom, or you counter out with him early if you need to, so you can play him later. You're just going to be KOing, a 2 cost or less nonstop. So, you want the Kuzans, even though he only has 2 of them. You want the Helmeppos. And I'm surprised to not see Hina if that's the route they're going with the Absalom board control route. Great Eruption, of course, just a lower cost to draw cards and fills up your trash. This card's just great. If your opponent's fire, and this one you can at least give up to one of your opponent's characters, cost -3 as well. So you probably can drop their cost down pretty consistently with Absalom. But the thing that I'm not really understanding is Dr. Hogback in this deck. It's, you know, maybe it's the way to get back your Gecko Morias. Maybe that's what they're trying to do. Because all of these other cards you can already get back with your Leader's Effect. You don't even need the Hogback. Because this only can grab Thriller Bark. So you can't grab the stuff up here. And remember, the only thing in this deck that's not 4 or less, which means what the leader can grab, the only thing that's not 4 or less is Gecko Moria. But I guess it is still at least a way to draw cards. It is like a pseudo card draw. Well, not pseudo, it just is. It is card draw, and you can keep recurring him from the trash as well. So I see where they're going. Again, I'm just very surprised with the Navy package. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that. We'll look at 2 other lists as well from Gecko Moria, because they're all kind of about the same. So this one is at least going... Actually, I don't know if I saw this one, because there's about 5 or 6 up. This is kind of more the direction I saw it going, where you've got the, cost reduction here, the Helmepo, that is interesting. A lot of people are running this. Rob Lucci, that makes sense to me, especially if you're going all the cost reduction, 4 Great Eruptions, and 4 Ice Age. That's interesting. Shadows, Asgard, this is really nice. Thriller Bark, this is what I expected to see. Okay, so this list, I will say, this is the direction I expected to see. Yeah, like, why run Sabo over this card, right? Because, yes, Sabo has blocker. Yes, Sabo makes your cards where they cannot be KO'd for the turn. But a lot of the stuff in Thriller Bark, you want to be KO'd, right? That's like the main thing you want is for it to be KO'd, so you can keep getting recursion from your trash with your Leader's Effect. Okay, so this list I like a lot. Only 3 Dr. Hogbacks, that's interesting. And maybe that is the right route going forward, because you can just keep bringing him back and bringing him back, bringing him back every time he gets KO'd. Shadows Asgard, just a great 2K counter. Read this if you don't know what it does already. Okay, this list I like. This was the first one. I think I must have missed this one. It was this one right here by Yoshiki, this 3-on-3 that went 5-1. Okay, then let's look at this next one, and then we'll move on to Yamato. And again, this one's more of like the Navy package. And I'm very interested to see which direction this list goes. I see the argument for Navy stuff, and this one's even running brand new, which does fill up your trash, so it's not exactly a bad thing. Kobe can help you fill up your trash as well by trashing cards from hand. But yeah, this is pretty. This does seem very nice, but again, I feel like it's so Navy heavy. When the last list we saw is, I hope I'll just say it like this, guys. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. I hope that the list goes in this direction. This is the direction I want Thriller Bark to go. But we can only hope that this is the best list. I'll try to play whatever the best list is, or I'll try to make my own best list that is more what I want to play. Obviously, that's still that you can still play and have fun with and compete with. But yeah, we'll just have to see how that pans out. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. Okay, now we're going to move over to Green Yellow Yamato, and this one we're seeing quite a few Yamatos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 already. And as far as Thriller Bark goes, we only saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 Thriller Barks and 8 Green Yellow Yamato. So let's go ahead and check this out real quick. And for those who follow this channel, a lot of these cards you might not know what they do. I will be reviewing set 6 in this coming week here, like this new week that just started. At the time you're recording this video, I'm gonna do the spoilers so that way people know what's going on for the ones that don't. But anyway, so Yamato right now just seems really, really incredible on paper. I don't know about this Zoro. This card almost seems like a win more card to me personally. But it can, if it sticks, you're just going to run them over next turn. Who can stop 3 9K plus attacks? And your leader swinging for double attack. It's just not going to happen. I just see it as a win more card. But here's the main thing I want to take away from Yamato. And again, I'm going to do a video on this. It's these 4 cards right here. Onami, Okiku, Kazuki Hiyori, or however you say that, and Momonosuke. See what's going on right here real quick, guys. This is a 2-cost 3K with a 1K counter. The trigger is Lightning Bolt, or Thunderbolt, excuse me. The trigger is Thunderbolt, just KO of 5 or less. And then, on play, give up to one of your leader or characters, banish this turn. Okay, hopefully you see how powerful this is. This is an extremely powerful card. Now combo that with Okiku. Check out what this card does. And by the way, these are all, well, excuse me, this one's Straw Hat. This one's Wano County, or Land of Wano, whatever the technical name is. This is a 4-cost 6K. So already it's on vanilla curve, right? It's right on pace to be a vanilla. No counter, but listen to this on play. If your opponent's life is 3 or less, place the top card of your deck to the top of your life. Okay, so if you just have your opponent at 3 or less, now you're going to be gaining life. This card seems bonkers. Guys, this card seems insanely powerful. Okay, let's keep going. Then we have this on play. This is a 2-cost 2K counter, 0 power, of course, that has a decent on play as well. You may put the top card of your life pile into your hand, so you're going to draw a card from your life, and then you're going to put one of your cards from your hand on top of your life stack. You don't reveal it. It's not face up. You can put a beige up there. You can put a trigger, anything you want up there. This 2K counter is extremely good. And then last but not least, this guy, Momonosuke, 5-cost 6,000 power blocker, on play, place up to one of your Wano-type characters, other than Kazuki Momonosuke, on the top or bottom of its owner's life pile face up. So there you go. I mean, if you need to, you can literally just do her effect by playing this for 2, like, you know, for 2 Dawn, play this card, arrange the card you need on top, and then Momonosuke, put her on top, and now you have a 5-cost 6K blocker on the board. Guys, these 4 cards right here, and these other ones are good as well. We'll probably talk a little bit about them in a minute, like a little bit about them. But these 4 cards from OP-06 are just crazy. Onami, Okiku, Hiyori, and Momonosuke, or however you say that. These cards are probably... Y'all know where I'm going with this, right, guys? Black, Yellow, Big Mom. You guys know I'm already thinking about this. Because gaining life is such an issue. Where is it? This card. Gaining life can be a serious issue in Black, Yellow, Charlotte Linland. Sometimes where it's like you're restricted to paying 4, like this card right here says. But then you're only gaining 1 life. Now what do you do? Well, now a potential play will be, okay, no problem. I will, you know, pay 4 to use my leader's effect if I'm at 1 or less life to gain a life card. And if my opponent's at 3 or less life, I play this card and I gain another life card. Do y'all see the potential there? Like, just extremely powerful. Okay, so let's keep going. There aren't any other, unfortunately, there aren't any other OP-06 leaders out just yet. But we are going to look at Sakazuki because he did get some new toys. Let's go ahead and see. I think it's this one that we're going to look at that has like some of the, yeah. Remember, in OP-06, there's a new searcher in town, right? 1 cost, 2,000 power, 1,000 counter, top 5 searcher for Navy. Now, it does not trash the rest like the black card does, like the black brand new does, but it does do a top 5 search, which is just incredible. Now, for what it's worth, it can't grab Tashigi. It won't be able to grab the 2K counter Tashigi, but there are other things it can grab. You know, plenty of other things it can grab. just really incredible addition to the lineup here. It looks like a lot of people are going with this Helmeppo. People are just pretty happy with the way this works because it's kind of like a light version of Hina, and it does have a 1K counter on it, so that is nice. And with Houndblaze, this is an easy 6K swinging, you know, on occasion. So very nice. And whoopsies, this card, I don't know if that's a technical name, Amano Murakumo, however you say that. Whatever this card is actually called, though, this is a new Navy card. Again, I'm going to go over the OP-06 stuff in my next set of videos for this next week here. Main, return up to one of your cost 2 or lower and up to one of your opponent's cost 2 or lower and 1 or lower characters to the bottom of their owner's deck in any order. This card, guys, very nice. This is very nice. This is a 2-cost version of what Rob Lucci does. And for those who might be thinking like, well, yeah, why not just establish the body? This is so much... Yeah, yes, Rob Lucci is still good. Notice they're still running 4 of these. But this has so much extra utility. Like, oh, they have a... they say they played Sabo the turn before where you can't KO any of their stuff. Okay, no problem. We'll just drop their cost down with Great Eruptions. We'll drop their cost down with, you know, Surus or Helmeppos or Hinas, whatever we have to, Kuzan, and then we'll just get rid of it. And notice what they added to the list. Of course, Gecko Moria. Like I said, I see this going in every single black deck. I don't see a black deck that this does not go into. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I don't see it. Because another option with this now, like imagine what I just said. Let me go back. to this first place Yamato deck. Notice this is a 4-cost card. On play, if your opponent's life is 3 or less, place the top card of your deck to the top of your life. Guys, a lot of potential there. a lot of potential there. So anyway, I'll talk more about that later. That's for the future. That's OP-06. And we got to keep the black-yellow Charlotte Linlin Big Mom Dream alive. Okay, that's about it. Let me go over like one more Yamato list. Here's a first place one as well. And then we'll go over one more Sakazuki list and we'll call it there. And I do suggest y'all check out these deck lists, guys, and get your own ideas from them. So this one's running Cracker as well. Because for those who don't know, like I said, I know I need to do the video. Yamato is a 5,000 power 4-life double attack leader. Okay? Just double attack printed on the card. And then activate main if your opponent has 3 or less life. Attach up to 2 Rested Dawn to one of your characters. So guys, you know that Onami card we were talking about? You play this on turn 1. Or turn 2, excuse me. You'll play this on turn 2, and then you smash in with Yamato. If you're on the play, you'll swing in for 6 with double attack and banish to force a card out of their hand. Or maybe you'll save it. You don't have to do it, obviously, but it's an option. But if you're on the draw where you have 2 Dawn and then 4 Dawn, swing 7, double attack, banish, they have to drop 2 cards from their hand. They just simply have to. Or they go down 2 life, and then that's going to turn on her activate main. So, okay. Good stuff here. I'm not going to go through every card. Like I said, we'll save the review for later over those. Momonosuke is coming back in, the 1-cost pay 1 searcher, so you can grab your Land of Wano cards. Draco Mihawk making an appearance here, 3-cost 4K with the 2K counter. That can bust out other cards, help you ramp. For those who don't know, this is if you have 2 or less characters, play up to 1 slash attribute character, because you're probably not going to have any Muggy Kingdom characters, but it can be a slash attribute character card with a cost of 4 or less other than Mihawk from your hand rested. So some slashers would be, this is a slash, by the way. Now it is rested, so you probably wouldn't want to combo with that. But some other, 4 cost or lower slash? Yeah. So that would be this card as well. Yeah, and then either of these 2 guys right here, the Neko Mamushi and Inarashi. Just awesome. And then a new effect as well, or a new event as well that we're going to look at later. Impact. I think it's called Reject is the technical name for it. 4 cost. KO up to one of your opponent's 5 cost or lower characters. So again, just Thunderbolt printed. You know, instead of being a 2 cost that trashes one of your life cards, just pay 4, do it. And then the other effect is just crazy. If your opponent has 1 life, deal 1 damage to them. Then add the top card of your life to your hand. So instead of being like a Thunderbolt, this is like that on steroids, I guess, where it just takes their life away, but it costs you a life as well. But, you know, if you're trying to swing for a game, that's just wild, guys. Very, very powerful. I think this is one of the first cards we've seen, other than like Rush characters, that's like a burn style card. So, very cool stuff. Okay, and let's see. We looked at another Yamato. Let's look at one more Sakazuki. Subzuki here. Blue-black Sakazuki. Again, we're seeing... Is this the same list? No, this one doesn't have the Helmepos. It looked very similar. 3 Great Eruptions, 1 Ice Age. That's weird. I would almost rather run 4 Great Eruptions, but that's just me. 4 Houndblades, 2 of this, the new, mini Lucci. It's got the Tashigi Searcher, the brand new, the Gecko Moria, Rob Lucci, Rebecca. You have to consider how strong this card is, guys. Because, like, okay, you play it, it's an 8 cost 9K. That's already good enough. That's already not a bad thing. But then you're getting back, like, a Rebecca and a Searcher, which can also get back anything that's a 3 to 7 that's a black card. So Lucci, Borsalino, Kuzan, Hina, whatever, and then play a 3 or less from hand as well, like another Searcher. Now, it does have to be black for Rebecca's effect, but not for Gecko Moria's. Just awesome. Really, really powerful, guys. Really good stuff going on here. I cannot wait to see how this evolves. This is interesting, seeing a Whitebeard list on here. It looks like this is just standard Whitebeard, by the way. Nothing crazy here. Just one random new card from OP-05, not even OP-06. Just, Whitebeard just doing Whitebeard things. Zoro, let's see how this list looks. Yep, this is just your standard buggy version of Zoro. Nothing too crazy here. Katakuri, let me look at the top one up here. I think it was 5-0. Katakuri probably did get some decent tools to play with here. It's got the banish now. Just being able to give a card banish and smack through with is just wild. 200 million volts Amaru. This one's very strong as well. Thunderbolts. And remember, with the way that you're arranging your life, so even if you don't have this card in hand, it's in your life, it's a Thunderbolt, guys. It's a Thunderbolt. Well, you know, you take it every time. And then he's also running Thunderbolt on top of that. And then if you get either of these cards in your hand, as opposed to your life, well, it wouldn't hurt to just, you know, trash them with this effect if you need to. You know, there's all these different options. And, of course, now Yellow in OP-06 will have access to its 0 cost, trash a card, plus 3,000 counter. Okay, and its triggers, if you have 0 life, put the top card of your deck onto your life pile, then trash 1 card from your hand. So this one is even better than the trash 2, you know, trigger. This is just, if you, but you do have to have 0 life. That is the one stipulation. Well, you know, good news, well, not good news necessarily, but the best news is you can just put this at the end of your life. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's so good. So now you're dealing with beige triggers with Katakuri. You're dealing with Sanji blockers. 8 different Thunderbolts with Onami and Thunderbolt here. 200 million volts Amaru can also help you gain a life if needed. You've got this 2K, or you can get a 5K body. Sparrow. Just Katakuri's looking absolutely stacked, guys. Katakuri's looking very, very nice. Enel looks pretty good as well. Not a whole lot changed, but it did get access. See, here's those cards. Just like I was saying before. Onami, Okiku, Hiyori, Momonosuke. This little package here, it's like a little 4-card package. This probably just needs to go in every single Yellow deck now. Because you've got your Banish, you know, on a stick right here. You got your Banish on a character, and then a trigger KO 5 or less. Okiku is just insane. This card, 4 cost, 6,000 power, that's already good as is. And then if your opponent's life is 3 or less, you gain a life. Okay? And then trigger, if your opponent is, if your opponent's life is at 3 or less, you can just play this card, which then will activate its on-play effect. And now you have a 4 cost 6K. This card's wild, guys. This card's absolutely wild. Looking very forward to playing with this card in my black-yellow deck. And this is just a great 2K counter with an incredible utility, where you're going to be able to arrange your life as you need to. And then, like I said, Momonosuke, he just says, okay, well, now we're just going to keep the cycle going with these 2 cards here. Like, you might want to splash maybe one more, what is it, Land of Wano type characters. Or replace up to one of your Wano type, I think it's a bad translation, but it's talking about your Land of Wano characters, other than this guy on the top or bottom of its owner's life pile face up. So, again, Onami is Straw Hat Crew, so you can't do it with her, but you're going to be able to, you know, use this as you need to, or use this. Like, think of it like this. Say you get this down, and then you attack with it, where now it's probably going to get KO'd next turn. Okay, no problem. We'll actually just drop a blocker and gain a life at the same time, and then the trigger is going to let us gain another life. Yes, very, very, very crazy, guys. Very, very awesome. Right, guys, I think that's about it. We've seen everything else. I guess we'll take a peek at Film Uda. Yeah, nothing's changed here. This is just Film Uda, add Dracula Mihawk. Nothing has changed here. Nothing too crazy. And that's it. That's it. So, oh, Purple Luffy. We will at least look at Purple Luffy. And it has not changed. Yeah, this is no OP-06 cards in here. This is just OP-05 Purple Luffy. Very solid list. All right, guys. That's it. Thank you all for stopping by. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you have not already. And, yeah, until next time, guys. Peace.